Alright, so you see those two dome things out the distance there? That's Lockheed Martin Waterton Canyon. And they have lights on that. They've outfitted lights onto their radar there. And what they're doing is they're powering that with terahertz and using the lights to transmit the fray effect over to my house. And they got yellow and white lights flashing, and blue and white light flashing, and just white light flashing. I've seen some red come out of there. And then what they do is that one of those domes goes underground. They have two frequencies there. One goes up above the air, bounces off the ion layer or something, from what I've been told. And then the other frequency goes down beneath me, and then it makes like a diode on me, so only I hear the fray effect. And that transmits the fray effect made from the microwave auditory effect over there. And so they're sending it to my house. And it's been going on for a while. And I know it's the FBI doing it. The FBI pigs are doing this shit because when I was working for the government, I saw 2 mouse clicks on my computer, and the only agency allowed to be on other agencies' computers is probably the FBI. And so I know it's the FBI. And then I saw an FBI agent outside my house, which I followed out to the Colorado Information Analysis Center, and I followed her, and she pulled a device out that looked like a controller, like for a drone or something. And she was pointing it at me, and I made it hard to work while I was working. It made it difficult for me to work and concentrate. So I went outside to go look and see what was going on, and I saw her putting it away in her bag in a brown Lincoln Town car. And then later on, I went up to the Colorado Information Analysis Center, and I saw her car up at the Colorado Information Analysis Center. So it proves that there's an Air Force guy up there and a FBI agent up there that heads the state-funded terrorism center. And one of the other RF signal that comes from the terrorist center, and it goes to my house, and then it connects. I guess the terahertz is like an RF signal because I've had RF tracker, and then the terahertz. I think that the RF signal goes to the terahertz, and then somehow that it's making a diode between the terahertz that's coming up underneath my house and above my house with that RF signal, so that I only hear the microwave auditory effect. And I think, I've heard that it's difficult to transmit that microwave auditory effect that distance. So this is a new way they're doing it. They got 2 different frequencies on those domes over there, and they're both do the opposite of each other. And so one goes in the air, and so the other one's the opposite. It goes underneath the ground, and then they go to my house. And I think they meet at that RF signal somehow that's gone to my house. It goes on my fire alarm, and so that's what's going on. And that's, if you're hearing voices, that's exactly what's going on with Lockheed Martin. And Lockheed Martin's their bitch, the FBI's pig's bitch that makes all that shit. And then they're doing the same thing with their GPS-3 satellite program. They're going to do the same thing through their satellite program. So I don't think Congress knows about it. And they're just doing it. They're going to send terahertz through the satellite, the same way they're sending signals through that. And then this is the way they're able to see through in your house using different colors. Is terahertz they're using the terahertz through like some near infrared light, and then it goes to all the colors in your house. And so that's how they're able to see what I see, and they're able to read our minds, also using the auditory effect, probably in the opposite manner as they transmit the auditory effect to me. As I hear stuff, when I think stuff, they probably the opposite frequency probably transmits it back to them on our auditory cortex. And that's exactly what Lockheed Martin is doing. They're powering their radar with terahertz, and so it's not detectable by other government agencies, and then only you hear it, and that's how they're not getting caught. And so they're a piece of shit, working for the pigs. That's Pig Central right over there, and that's what's going on with them.